I am not using plastic Easter eggs this year for the backyard Easter egg hunt, and neither should you. We are going to do something else, and it involves being crafty. I hope you have a sewing machine. This brilliant, beyond brilliant idea, well, maybe, no, adorably brilliant idea came to me in the shower this morning. So I went to Hobby Lobby because the fabric I have in my stash does not quite match. Last year, I totally forgot plastic Easter eggs. So instead, I cut out squares, put the goodies inside, and tied it up with yarn. My squares weren't quite big enough. I was using a quilting square thing. I think it was like a 5x5 square. Not quite big enough, especially when you tie up the corners. So my idea is something along those lines, except it's definitely more Easter themed instead of just a plain square. So here's what we're gonna do. You can freehand this if you want, but my freehanding ability sucks. So, while at Hobby Lobby, I found this. It's a little egg-shaped tray thing. And it's the perfect size. Now, the reason why I went is because my fabric doesn't quite match. This is what I have in my stash. I have blue gingham, white, and gray gingham, and it's not gonna work, okay? It's not enough spring and Easterness in those colors. So here's what I found. I rated the remnants first, found some good ones, and then I found 2 more bolts of fabric. I think one of them had almost 1.5 yards. One of them had a little less than 1 yard. And so I just took... We're okay. Apparently we can't breathe and talk at the same time. I just got over being sick, guys. I was sick for half of February. It was... ugh. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, yes. So I took all the fabric that was left on those 2 bolts. Let me show you the remnants first. They had some good ones today. Now, everything I'm using is cotton because it's easier that way. So I have 3 patterned remnants and 3 solid pastel-y types. So I have a green floral, white floral, and sorry, apparently my camera ran out of memory. Anyway, here's the remnants. Green polka dots, green floral, white floral. My solids, sorry, there's a bunch of dog hair on it now because it's been on the floor. I've got blue pastel, an orange pastel, and a green pastel. Here's my plan for these egg-shaped pouches. You have your cute outer fabric, and then you have your lining. So it's 2 layers, and the top, okay, the top of the egg, we're gonna make it close so that way it can, you're not gonna lose your fun stuff. So I have snaps, I also have Velcro, and I have 4 teacups worth of buttons. So we have options. Did I tell you already that we're making egg pouches? We're making egg pouches. And here's the other fabric that was on the bolts of the what? Here's the other fabric that was on the bolts that I just took all of it. So we have blue florals, and then blue polka dots. Now the reason why we've got this is because I can trace it onto cardstock. See, I have cardstock. And then trace it onto my fabric. Are you getting the vision? And then make an egg-shaped pouch and use that for the Easter egg hunt, because then I'm not using plastic eggs. and I can reuse these. I mean, yes, you can reuse plastic eggs, but chances are they're going to get broken before you reuse them anyway. But fabric eggs. Now, see the cuteness here? I also got some lacy decorative trim. Apparently I can't pick anything up. Lacy decorative trim. You see that? And that's going to go across the top, across the front on my egg. It's going to be adorable. I need more whimsy in the house. I'm in a house full of boys. It is my job to add the whimsy. So therefore, we are going to make whimsical egg pouches for Easter. And I'll probably have extra fabric, and maybe I'll make an egg bunting, because then I don't need buttons on the top. I can just sew around the whole thing. Make a bunting. I have some orange fabric. It's more fall vibes, but I can also make carrots. I can make carrots. Okay, this is going to be adorable, and let's get to it. Sorry, doggy, doors open, whatever. So 15 eggs on the patterned fabric. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 patterned fabrics, and because the solid color is the liner, so it doesn't matter. That would be 90 eggs. 90 eggs. That's a lot. Yeah, because as I was saying before the dog interrupted me, only 2 of my kids will hunt for Easter eggs. The oldest is 17, so I doubt it. The last couple years, he's just had fun helping me hide eggs. So I think I only have another year or 2 left before we're not doing Easter egg hunts anymore. So we're going to make 90 eggs. And I don't think all of them will be for, excuse me, backyard hunt. I think the rest will be bunting. I'm running out of air. I'm going to trace the other eggs and start cutting out, I guess. Oh, and I'm currently listening to Project Hail Mary because the husband wants to go see it, and I haven't read it yet. And I went somehow I went into this book knowing absolutely nothing about it. Not sure how I managed that, but now we've got the physical book and we've got it on Audible. And I will say, and I agree with the husband, the audiobook version is so much better. It's a fantastic job on the audiobook. So where am I? I am, that's not Audible. There's Audible. I am in the end of chapter 12 on Project Hail Mary. So we're going to listen to that. See? Project Hail Mary and do Easter eggs. apparently I can't do math. I know I said I was going to make 15 of each, but halfway through tracing, I realized I need an even number because I'm making a pocket pouch thing. And so there's no way I'm going to hem a curve. That's no, because no. So we've got the outside and the inside. Okay. I need to sew 2 of these together. So, you know, outside, inside. Here's the rough plan. It'll be together up to about this point or so. And then that's where it'll open. Nope. And then this top will fold back. You can stick your goodies inside. And then either a snap, Velcro, or button. Haven't quite decided yet. But first, we're going to iron all of these because that's very wrinkly. And yeah. Let's iron some eggs. Now that we're all ironed, I get to put colors together. The solids go with all of the patterned ones. So I don't know. What do you think? This one with the green one? And then maybe this one with the orange? This one with, can't pick it up. This one with blue. This one with white. That just leaves polka dots. I have plenty of, I think, all of the solid colors left. I don't know, maybe we'll pair up polka dots last. But in the meantime, let's pair these up and pin them. All right, I have everything pinned together. I do need to cut out some more solid colors because I ran out of solid colors, but that's fine. Everything is pinned right sides together. See? Right sides together. And I'm going to leave an opening at the bottom so I can turn it inside out or right side out. Yeah, whatever. And then after they get sewn and turned, then they will get sewn together again, more like top stitching, essentially. Yeah. Up to, I want to say this point, because then the top will remain open. That's the plan. Yeah, I've got my machine loaded with white. I just filled up my bobbin. Let's make some Easter eggs. I made an egg pouch. Next is gonna be better. Here's my first one. So here's what I did. I ironed open my seam, clipped the curves, turned it inside out. And then on each one, I closed the bottom and then I stitched along the top. Where are you at? Let's hide my face. Yeah, see, stitching right there. All the way around so that way it opens like so. I think for the next ones, after I clip the curves, I'm going to trim them to make it less bulky for the top stitching. But it's working. It could be prettier, but it's working. All right, I have these to sew together. We got this. We got this. It's okay. You can say it. Jess, you're an idiot. It took me an embarrassingly long time to remember the better way to do this. So, if you remember, I've been doing individuals and then sewing them together, like top stitching, and I even said this could be done better. I did this entire color and then realized it's just a tote bag that is egg-shaped. Tote bags are stupid easy. Yeah. So I have my outside and my liner, right sides together, stitch it. Okay. Same thing with the liner. Stitch it. Turn this right side out, stuff it in here, and then you stitch the top, each side separately. And then you turn it right side out, and then you have it connected like so after you turn it. And then you stuff this back on the inside and, stitch closed your turning opening. It's a tote bag. So we can all collectively say, what an idiot. It's my dog is turning in circles. I don't know what she's looking for, but yeah. So yeah, I spent the first half of the day making all the individuals of this. And then I went and deep cleaned a bathroom. And as I was eating my chocolate cake, I'm looking at them thinking, there has to be an easier way. And there is, because it's a freaking tote bag. So here's my one. I know it looks a little weird because this is this came undone on this side, so I gotta reclose that. This was my turning, so I just gotta fold that in and I'll just hand stitch that closed. And then see, this looks 100% better than whatever is going on here. Now, it was rainy today, so we are going to listen to Enya and just assembly line these things and make some egg-shaped tote bags. Also, my most favorite mug in the world has died. I can no longer use it to drink because it has a crack. You can better see it on the inside right here. See the crack right there. The other day, I was pouring in the hot water from the tea kettle, and there was a crack. I heard the crack, and then there was water all over my saucer. It's very sad. You see it. Yeah, my dog is very loud. So now my favorite mug is my thread trash. Let's be smart now and not be dumb. Egg-shaped tote bags, because of course they are. I have severely underestimated how long it would take to actually make these things because I'm making a whole bunch. If I was only making like 5, then yeah, it would just take an afternoon. But I have made way more than 5. So it's been a week since I've had this idea, and I've got, sorry, I bumped you. I can't math apparently, and I need to cut out the lining for the blue polka dot ones, but that's for another time. I was stopped a little bit the other morning because my machine was battling me. It was being squeaky. So I took it apart, cleaned out the lint, oiled appropriate parts, and hey, no longer squeaky. And then my bobbin had 0 tension after that. Like, what? I thought I did not put something back properly. So I take it apart again. I look at diagrams and videos, and yes, I did in fact put my machine back together properly, but I still have no bobbin tension, and I'm doing things, and then it dawns on me after half an hour of doing this, hey, I should probably change the needle, because in the past I've only changed the needle when it breaks. And I don't know the last time that I changed the needle on this thing. So I did that, and what do you know? Magical fix. the bobbin had tension. We were good to go. And then I had to go to work. Anyway, I have done almost all of them, you know, except for the blue polka dots. My first go around could be better. I don't know if I want to take my seam ripper to these and actually make them properly. I don't know. It's fine. When I finished these ones, gingham, the blue, and then green polka dots. I dropped it. So I counted my snaps and I don't have enough snaps. So I had to run over and get some more snaps. They also had tiny dots of Velcro. I don't know if that focused, but there's also Velcro because I've decided that looking at these, I'm not doing buttonholes. Okay, we're not doing buttons. And that's totally fine. So I only have snaps on one of them. Okay, it's this one, and it snaps at the top. And yes, it leaves the sides open, but who cares because you're not gonna go like that. But it's adorable. Look at this. Yep, I hand stitched this top of the egg, this side closed because this is my turning side, and then hand stitched, obviously, the snaps. And that's where we're at in the project is I have made the eggs and I need to hand stitch the other side, the turning side closed, and put on either snaps or tiny Velcros. But I will say that I am not a tutorial. I don't know what I'm doing. I am making this up as I go. And there are others online that I have seen that have tutorials and actual patterns, and they're not just flying by the seat of their pants like me. So here's what I've got. And we're gonna call it good for these guys for the video because, sorry, it's probably gonna take another couple days and we're done. However, because I can't do math, I do have an extra of each colorway. And so these are just, it's a good one to show you, this one. These are just together like this and stitched around. This one I did put the lacy ribbon trim on it. I also did that for a couple of these too, and then decided, no, it looks better on the flat ones. And so you can put these together and make a bunting or Easter coasters or something. But these are just cute. See? Yes. And I have figured out how to make fabric carrots. So we might do that later. Because, you know, I have no chill. So here we are, well on our way to a grandma core, cottage core Easter with fabric eggs and fabric carrots and not using plastic. Yeah. So thanks for sewing with me. We'll see you next time.